Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. It is Kit here and welcome back to The Sims 4 Brooks Legacy. We are actually with Marin today because I was looking at it. I was looking at where Andy was and everything, and I realized, wait a minute, no, I goofed up. No, we're fine. So, sorry, we're going back to Marin, then, Kason and Blaze and Oscar will be next week, and then, we'll just continue on from there. I'm sorry about that. I really did not look at everything properly. So yeah, today we have a very pinnacle, I believe is the term, pinnacle moment or pivotal. No, pinnacle? I don't know. It's a big moment in Marin's childhood, and it honestly changes her forever, as dramatic as that sounds. But honestly, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, no, this probably is about where it is. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a shorter one. Very sad. So, anyways, as much as, it is going to be all of that, I hope you enjoy it. And, maybe send some hugs for this poor little girl. Yeah. Still frazzled and all sorts of jumbled. It took Marin a little while to feel okay? Not okay. She didn't know what was okay. But good enough to go back to the cabin without stumbling. She did a drawing, but the colors... She didn't quite see them. She could only think of the alien and how sick she felt. But eventually, Marin made her way back. But her footsteps were slow, and her fear grew with every step. Because with every step, she remembered. She remembered the alien gleefully zapping her mind. She remembered the flash of sharp tools, and the alien saying, "Find him. It is time." She remembered hearing the alien say having a fractured one as an incubator was exactly what their master required. She remembered the alien saying that the Brooks bloodline was fractured. But her uncle was strong. He was in the military. He was the strongest person she knew. They couldn't do anything to him, right? Right? It was that faith in the strength of her uncle that had her come into the cabin. She knew she was being silly, but she had to know that he was okay. If he was okay, then none of it was real. None of it was real. It couldn't be. But the cabin smelled like a hospital, and no one was here. Or were they? Because Marin heard voices in her uncle's room, where he was supposed to be resting. And it was the strange language the alien had spoken. She stopped walking, terror filling her small body as she heard snipping and a high-pitched cry. The alien voices were excited. She did not hear her uncle. She wanted to run away, but her feet stayed planted on the floor. What did she do? What could she do? She could run to get help, or... Maybe there was a good, plausible explanation for this. Maybe it was her imagination. Please, please let it be her imagination. But she couldn't just leave. She needed to know. Maybe her uncle was in there, and it wasn't this weird thing. Maybe he could explain. So Marin conjured up every single bit of Pirate Captain Marin's courage and walked in. Some time passed before Marin left that room, frozen in the doorway as she was. The aliens, her her uncle. She couldn't talk about it. Could barely think about it. There was a purple thing thing that came out of her uncle. He was still in there, breathing fine, not like he knew what had just happened to him. She didn't want to go back inside. Couldn't, really. Her uncle was sleeping. Just sleeping. Breathing fine, heartbeat, pulse, all of that. The smell of the hospital was still super strong, though. It had to be for all of that. All that blood. She didn't know if she was in shock, or maybe she'd imagined it. Had the aliens known? She'd been frozen, watching, terrified, and she couldn't move. She'd wanted to. She didn't have a voice. They didn't see her. Or maybe they had and they wanted her to see that. She didn't know. Was it even real? She finally went inside later and ate, but barely kept it down. Nothing tasted right. Nothing smelled right. Nothing was right. Had it been real? Was any of it real? The purple thing. The baby. Uncle Andy's baby. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, that's that. Up to y'all's interpretation. Was what Marin saw real? Was Andy impregnated? Did he have a baby? Find out, really in Andy's part, actually. So in a few weeks here, a couple weeks. But yeah, was that all Marin's imagination, or did she actually see something? Regardless, my poor girl needs a hug. Yeah. Um. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Tomorrow we will have Kason, and yeah, I hope you guys have a great week. And don't forget, where the waters flow, legacies grow. Bye.